Welcome to Bits That Won't Be Broadcast.
Read about the things that happen throughout the world. Don't believe in everything you see or hear. Read all about it. Read all about it. News of the world. News of the world. Read all about it. Read all about it. News of the world. News of the world.
Thank you very much. We'll start straight off with the sexiest story, ladies and gentlemen. It's headliners. Here's a picture of Prime Minister Gordon Brown settling into his new office. Wow, feel the energy drain out of the room. What does GBTC stand for?
Is it Give Blair This Cyanide?
Is it actually Give Back Tony's Cup?
Is
Or is it
Gordon-
Grumpy Bunny Takes Control?
Is it
That's a
Gordon's...
sex toy, is it? Sorry.
Is it...
You got the new Grumpy Bunny. It's hideous, seriously.
It doesn't want to vibrate as much as just shrug.
It's actually to do with the design of the cup. It's God bless tessellated crockery.
Thanks, silly.
Tessellated crockery.
Are you sure?
Tessellated mean?
Tessellated.
It's an interlocking pattern.
It was a very clever joke.
Very clever.
Yeah, it's very clever.
tremendously clever.
Hey, I've got one that isn't so clever. Is it Gordon Brown touching cloth? That's about
All
shit.
of the good work done with tessellated crockery.
Yeah. Smack.
Is it Gordon battles Tourette's? Cunt!
Thank you. Thank you, Frankie, for celebrating our move from 10 o'clock to 9 o'clock. An earlier slot to make it more inclusive and to draw more young people into political discussion.
Oh, love young people love that. The tessellated joke I get fuck all, but come.
Or is it George Bush Total Cock?
Okay.
Nothing to do with the
Nothing
picture.
to do with the picture. You're just capping that sentiment.
I thought we were trying to get the kids involved with politics.
We're getting the kids involved. Watch this. Gordon Brown tickles chickens.
How old are those kids?
They're about 8. Well, take those marbles out your arse, playing silly.
I'm loving the way you actually tickled a to-scale chicken there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
As if you got the chicken to raise up its wings.
I know what I'm doing.
Not under the chin on the wobble.
Oh,
Most people
no.
go for that.
I'm not a weirdo. I know where to tickle. Just there, and then if you're feeling a little bit frisky, just round the back and front.
Which way is the chicken facing?
It's facing that way.
Oh, okay.
I can't look at their eyes. Makes me feel a bit odd. I
You
have
happy to tickle them?
I approach from behind. I think of them as a pony, and I just gently approach them. I tickle other animals. We should probably move on. My mum's going to... Oh, tickle animals, do you, Russ? Sorry, Mum.
Is it gin brought in a teacup? Or are we now too interested in tickling fucking chickens?
Oh, Jesus,
No,
feel that
no.
anger.
Who had the most controversial view of the flooding?
This
Was it Wimbledon?
This was the Bishop of Carlisle.
Oh,
wasn't it?
yeah, what a lunatic.
Who'd come in and said that he thought the reason for all the flooding was because we were too permissive and there was too much pro-gay legislation. South Yorkshire, of course, noted as a hotbed for the gay community. Oh, I've just come back from Tuck Pit and I fancy a bit of Tuck Cock.
If God's anti-gay, he's hardly going to flood Hull and leave Brighton.
But if you were worried about whether you're going to have a hosepipe ban next year and you're thinking that God can sort it out for you, you don't want to worry about writing to the council. You just want to get down to some bestiality, buggery and binge drinking. God will sort it
It's
out for
utter
you.
nonsense. It's the idea that, you know, if you bum a man, bad weather. It's, you know, that's pretty much it. It's what he's saying. He didn't put it like that.
It sound like Red Sky at Night.
But the point is...
Bum a man, bad weather.
Exactly.
Bum a
The
girl.
point I'm trying to make...
Sunny day.
In ancient Greece, all they did was read books and occasionally bum each other. Lovely weather, you know? It makes no sense, unless that's what the England cricket team have been doing. Imagine that. We're losing. Let's bring a storm. Freddie. Oh, That's why they've fallen out. That's why they've fallen
Wait a
out.
minute, wait a minute. Your summation of ancient Greek culture is read books,
Yeah, and bum each
they were
other.
entirely an oral history,
Yeah.
occasionally bum each other.
Pretty much.
That's the cornerstone of our society. No wonder we've ended up here. What the fucking week.
Which other blue-blooded public figure headed the headlines this week?
There's a Smurf who's on the loose.
There is, yes. There's no proof that Smurfs have blue blood. They actually just have blue skin.
Wow, I never thought I'd be told off for that. It's one of the rarest bollockins I've ever got. You don't know that Smurfs are blue-blooded. You're right, I've been a fool.
He's a child. That's upsetting.
I can't get told off for that. How do you know? Write in to Mock the Week if you happen to know Smurfs have blue blood.
But the question is, how do I know? How do I know? I had a knife fight once.
Cut one.
I cut Papa Smurf's foot. Oh yeah. He'd go crawling back to Smurfette, Papa Smurf. I said, don't come around here no more.
All I know is that they spunk polka dots.
Shall we go back to the question? Now I've set the perfect mood for this, the most sensitive question in the current climate. Which blue-blooded figure, which posh figure was in the news recently?
Is it the Queen?
It is the Queen, yeah.
Queenie was fantastic. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, I think. So she's having a picture taken, she's got her tiara on, and this mad costume with, you know, a purple trail of 10 feet or something. And what I didn't realise about the Queen, that she's fantastically sarcastic. So the photographer goes, will you take your tiara off to make it less dressy? And the Queen goes, less dressy? What do you think this is? I thought, that's fantastic. So now, every time she says something, I think, oh, she's being sarcastic. So when she's there going, oh, you're going to entertain me with native dance, how thrilling.
What I loved about this story, though, was that the production company have now taken admitted culpability for this, are the same production company who make Faking It.
We should get rid of the Queen. You know, we haven't had a royal assassination for, what, 10 years? Let's get rid of her. Let's replace her with Martine McCutcheon. And so, you know, at last I can wank to the £20 note again.
A round of applause for wanking on a £20 note.
Two, not on. You got to get home.
Where were you? Where do you go to?
Do you know how difficult it is to get people to take Scottish money without wanking on it?
I love this. Wanking with it's totally different. Using it like some hideous onanistic glove.
The BBC in right trouble about the Queen as it is, and now she finds out that they're promoting wanking after she's been assassinated on her own note.
I haven't even started yet.
That's why we're moving very quickly along. I think the audience should regard that as a little treasure that won't be shared with the nation.
Why do they bother with a portrait of the Queen? It always causes controversy, doesn't it? The last one they had was Rolf Harris, and it looked awful, and he himself said, oh, well, I mucked it up a bit, I couldn't do her teeth. And you're thinking, well, why didn't you just paint her with her bloody mouth shut? You idiot!
To be honest, I'd like to see do the royal portrait is British porn director Ben Dover. Could we lose the tiara, ma'am? Pedro and Dave are about to come.
The Queen wouldn't be happy with that,
Just for
see.
you. Blog this bit, because it ain't fucking being broadcast. The first subject is the worst thing to hear over a tannoy system.
Only you can hear me.
Would the parents of the child that fell into the tiger enclosure please come to Lost Property to collect her shoes?
The train now arriving at platforms 4, 5 and 6 was blown up on platform 7.
Would the owner of the burning Jeep please remove it as it's blocking the entrance to the airport?
This is your captain speaking. Praise be to Allah!
The parents of a boy who answers to the name of Tommy, he left 10 minutes ago with a man in a balaclava.
Bucket and mop to aisle 3, please. Bucket and mop to aisle 3. Someone's come on the broccoli.
No pressure for this one. We regret to inform you that the 10:22 to Carlisle has been cancelled. In the meantime, here's some of my poetry.
I'm your pilot, and those were my last words.
Welcome on board the 1750. It will be calling at signal failure, driver error, and the afterlife.
Can a Mr. Howard come to the front desk, please? A Mr. Howard, we found your butt plug.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know there will be a bomb on the tube, but will it be today?
The owner of the Porsche convertible, you're a middle-aged man having a nervous breakdown.
The trolley contains a selection of fresh sandwiches.
We're currently cruising at 17 feet, and my wife left me when I converted to Islam.
Can somebody come to the salami slicer, please?
The plane's about to land in Glasgow. Passengers are reminded to set their watches back 25 years.
At the end of that round, ladies and gentlemen, I have to give the points there to Frankie, Hugh and Mark. Lauren, which category would you like?
The arts, please, Dara.
OK, the arts it is. The answer is 15 per second. But what is the question?
Is it how many pounds sterling is Simon Cowell paid to cut the cultural throat of our nation and drink its still warm blood?
That's not what I have on the card.
Is it how many people die every week on the TV show CSI Rwanda?
It'll be a machete again.
Is it at what rate has the BBC issued apologies over the last fortnight?
Is it how many pumps do women incorrectly believe to constitute the perfect hand job?
OK, I know it's probably... Is a pump both upward and downward, by the way? It's not...
Up and down like you're pumping a shotgun.
that's one pump, and then a fourth... Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah. All right. None of it goes in. I get the point. Yeah.
When you say none of it goes in, isn't that the whole point of a hand job? Anyway.
Is it how many sofas are currently passing underneath the Severn Bridge?
It is the world's most tragic floating thing, a sofa, isn't it? It's the most incongruous. Oh, you can't sit in that now.
I saw one bonfire night. I saw a bunch of kids, instead of a bonfire in South Shields, set fire to a fridge and dance around it. That was pretty weird. That was quite incongruous.
Can you burn a fridge?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can burn it good.
Is it worldwide? How often does someone type into Google jizz-hungry tit slut?
There was one really loud applause there, like finally somebody speaking some sense.
My constituency. Sorry.
It's not, is it? If a doctor asked you how much you smoke, what is a bad answer to give?
How does Rick Waller eat his Cadbury's cream eggs?
When beats are there of the ruby-throated Mexican hummingbird? which doesn't sound funny in itself, but the bird in question is taped to my penis.
I know what it is. It's how many copies of Harry Potter has been sold?
It is absolutely correct. Well done, Lauren. Very good. Thank you. The question I was looking for, how quickly were copies of the final Harry Potter book selling on launch day? This is a claim by a leading high street retailer that they were selling 15 copies of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows every second after midnight openings across the country. What do you think of it? Have you read it?
I actually queued up for the book.
You did?
No.
Did you?
Yeah,
Sad
brilliant.
man.
Thank you. Yeah. It was fantastic. Listen to that. It was just brilliant. There was loads. What was great, there were people dressed as like Hagrid and very, very normal people, young kids and stuff like that. Just thousands of people waiting outside. And then every so often, someone who's drunk would just wander past and go, "He dies! He dies!" and then kind of wander off. And then, like, a minute later, "He dies! Do you think people did that when the Bible first came out? That'd be great. What was wonderful, after about, this happened maybe 3 times, a little kid just plucked up the courage and just went, "He dies!" And this little kid just went, "Expelliarmus!" Like that. And you sat there going, yes. Magnificent.
Did you dress up, Russell, to get it?
Did I dress up? No, I was just wearing my usual lycra catsuit.
Wouldn't you feel... Why didn't you turn up dressed as, like, a stormtrooper?
Oh, I'll tell you what...
And just queue up as the wrong character from the wrong series.
What would have been great?
Well, I am Darth Vader. I'm sorry, I only have the one costume.
That would be bad.
I use it for all these events.
I should have dressed up as, like, a Sith Lord, just waited in the queue all the while and then just gone, "The Da Vinci Code, please."
Why is it, if Harry Potter is so magical, why can't he cure his own eyesight and get laid? If he was a real teenage boy, he wouldn't need a broomstick to cling on to.
Daniel Radcliffe has said, though, that he himself has moved on. He now wants to be taken seriously as an actor, which is why he's been getting his kit off of the last 3 months in the West End. Obviously, people haven't taken him seriously. People have just gone along to see how big his knob is, haven't they? The whole front row will have been full of perverts. Daniel Radcliffe would have been there getting his knob out and realised that 6 members of the audience have already beaten him to it.
That's fantastic, like a pervert's game of top trumps. I see your cock and I raise you mine.
I have no idea what the end of the book is, but I'm hoping that art imitates life. I am hoping that Harry Potter's in there with a graveyard with Voldemort. Voldemort gets out his wand, and Harry Potter goes, "That's nothing, Voldemort. Have a look at that."
I actually saw... This is fantastic. I've got a really cool story about it, right? I was doing a gig in London, and when he was doing Equus, I was doing a gig very near where he was, in a very small little pub, right? And there was this huge throng of people outside the stage door, and Daniel Radcliffe was obviously signing stuff and stuff like that, and this really amazing, swaggering Londoner just walked past and just shouted out really loudly, "Oi, Potter, stop bothering horses," and just wandered off. Beautiful, like that. And you could just see him going, "I'm an actor." "Whatever, mate, you're touching horses up, you pervert."
You know, there's all this security fuss and stuff. Didn't some of the lorries that were delivering the things break down on the M4 and the guys are like, "Oh, no, we're going to have to dig in for the night"? Would you not be tempted... I don't know, I'm not into it, but would you not be tempted to get out and go on the back and just be the first one to read it and stuff it all up?
To be honest, most lorry drivers aren't that interested in fantasy kids' books, are they? Well, no,
Are they not, Russell?
No, they're interested in rape and gaffer tape. So, you'd imagine that's what they're into. That probably won't make it.
Yeah.
Fuck for that, because I visit a lot of service stations. So I don't like fantasy books.
Here's the gaffer.
Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is Britishness. Who wants to come in on that? Andy Parsons.
British people, we are accused of being reserved, but we can get excited, can't we? I saw a bloke on a train the other day, finished his Sudoku puzzle, and in front of the entire carriage, he went... Being able to put the numbers 1 to 9 in the right order. Who's the daddy? The arsehole... Well, fuck that up, so I'll just... Yeah, I almost said arsehole and had no intention of saying it whatsoever. For some reason, the word arsehole came in. Arsehole. I've got Tourette's.
This would be a bad time to find out your Tourette's, wouldn't it?
Fucking monkey! We are... I'm going to get this fucking sentence out. We are also noted for our self-deprecation. Of course, only in Britain would we have a best-selling book entitled Crap Towns and them have to produce a second book, Crap Towns 2, because too many British people had written in complaining that their town hadn't made the first book.
There's Andy Parsons. Andy fucking Parsons. As he's known in the industry. Okay. What other form of eco-friendly travel was in the news this week?
Was it the Tour de France?
It was, of course, the Tour de France.
Hugh, tell him what you're doing. What are you doing?
I'm not cycling this. I'm cycling a stage of the Tour de France.
You're not.
The day before you're
I
supposed to come
cycle
in
an
here.
amateur stage of the Tour de France.
But
It's
an
not, I'm
amateur
cycling with the other 169 good cyclists. I'm cycling with 6,000 Frenchmen.
When you say amateur stage, have you got stabilisers on either side?
I wish I had it.
And is it the same as the stage that would be
It's
cyclists by the
stage
professionals?
15.
And how long will it take the professionals to cycle it?
It will take the professionals 6 hours, and
How
it will take me 12, and it's 196 kilometres.
Oh, my God. Your
And it's
arse
got-
is going to be in
Your
tatters.
bollocks are going to be just...
Oh, Jesus.
And it's got 5 hills in it, mountains. The,
Mountains, I think,
the
yeah.
smallest of which is slightly higher than Snowdon.
Can I just
I'm
ask
really looking
something,
forward
actually?
to it.
As a lady, can I just ask, when you're a bloke, right,
Yeah.
and those cyclist saddles that are like that shape, like a sort of...
Yeah.
some sort of spear...
Just
They're
go
like
with
a
it.
platform for my penis.
Where do you put...
Try to regard this show as a platform for your penis.
Where do you put your bollocks?
Well, one either side. I don't even think about that, really. They're sort of, they're encased in lycra further up.
Are they?
He lets him ride side saddle like a lady.
He asked him, would you sooner see the mountain or the valley?
Yeah.
The valley, all right. There we go.
He has a man
get
who wakes him up halfway through just to pop him to the other side. Thank you.
You can get this condition, apparently, called testes torsion.
It's
where
testicular torsion.
they go up like this, and then one of them flips around.
Got magic ball.
Are you speaking from experience?
I have never had it myself, but I've heard a lot about it.
It would be
Just
a really
doing that.
horrible executive desk toy.
It is like Satan's executive desk toy.
I hate having meetings with that guy.
So you'll be in flying form next week.
that's funny.
I'll be in. I'll be.
You should have done
I'll
the
be
first
sprightly.
stage of the tour, which was in fact from
9
London,
minutes.
wasn't it? Down to Canterbury.
Yeah.
And our bloke became king of the mountains. Now that's got to be the easiest stage to become king of the mountains. It's bloody flat all the way along the Thames, isn't it?
What was it doing in London? It's the Tour de France.
It
It's
always
like the
does.
fucking Eskimo Olympics turning up or something. What the fuck? Well, it held me up for a fucking hour. And I went, what's going on? And they went, the Tour de France. What, here in fucking London? Hundreds of guys shooting past me like sponsored sperm.
Let's start with headliners. Here's a picture of Conservative leader David Cameron. So what does CSIP stand for?
Cunt seen in photo?
Any other guesses?
Is it his favourite TV show, CSI Portsmouth? Every week it's the same story, a gay guy getting kicked to death by sailors.
Is it Cameron's strangely invisible policies? He said satirically.
Yes. Yes, it is. That's very wild.
I did something about the news.
Is it conceited, shallow, inbred prat?
See, in a sense, he also did something about the news, but he called him a prat at the end.
Is it Cameron shits in Primark?
Well, if we're doing that, Sherry shits in purse. That's what he's going to One person working.
would-
That's a bit
is it
weird.
some-
Sorry.
Why would a former Prime Minister's wife shit in front of David Cameron?
Why wouldn't she?
Okay.
It makes a point. You've got to.
I think I saw this one actually. It was cock slip impregnates panda.
That would explain the concerned look in his face.
He's a concerned look.
I think his mood could best be described as pensive.
If you just impregnate the panda, you do feel pensive.
They wouldn't get the panda pregnant, though. They're notoriously difficult to get pregnant. You can impregnate it, you can get it in there, but
Don't
you
lay
never
a
make-
challenge like that down to me. I'll be in the zoo tomorrow, banging it 24/7.
It'd be a great episode of Duncan Dares.
Challenge Annika. That'd be a particularly good episode of Challenge Annika. Or Annika, can you impregnate
exactly,
this
yeah.
panda?
Or a documentary called Bill Oddie Loses It.
Yeah.
What's Oddie doing?
That documentary should have been made a few years ago.
Later, when the rest of the team had all gone to bed, Bill was found climbing the fence into the zoo. No, Bill, no, come back.
He's dressed as bamboo!
Could you fix it for me to fuck a panda?
Well, I think they just want the right answer now, and it's Catholic schools invented paedophilia.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Good to know that somebody is actually playing the game correctly. For once. Elsewhere, what good news has been announced for pregnant women?
Well, they're going to get £120 to buy fruit and vegetables when they're pregnant, although obviously they'll all spend it on a prostitute for their husband so they don't have to take up the arse for 9 months.
Not when I'm having a fucking drink, do you mind?
That's what she said.
Yes.
Because people want to act pregnant now, so there's going to be a
What,
real...
you think GPs won't notice if there's a fucking cushion shoved up there?
Exactly. People will start hiring dwarves with potholing experience.
Shall I just do this one?
How big has your fanny got to be to hire a dwarf? How desperate are you for 120
I'd like to get out of here.
to hire a dwarf to
Get out of
climb
here
up your
alive.
fanny?
How is...
120 quid worth of lemons.
Gina, we wish to leave the room, I think is what I'm saying.
Also, that's the Lord of the Rings DVD extra.
How is the Church of England? How is the Church of England trying to cheer us all up?
Free hand jobs when you see
You don't expect me to be getting sensible answers at this stage. Do you really think you're going to get that?
Just a big hand outside the church. Come on.
Are they doing a porno songs of praise? I'm here in St Albans with some anal lube.
Oh, come on, you.
Ben, which category would you like?
Let's go politics.
OK, your category is politics. The answer is 10%. What is the question?
Is it the amount of urine that inexplicably breaks off from the main jet to go into the furry thing around the toilet that women thinks for keeping their feet warm?
Is it how much blood has Amy Winehouse got in her blood?
Is it how many scarecrows in England are real people?
Is it... How much of a twiglet will Posh Spice eat if she wants a really filling meal?
Is it penises in Scotland are how much bigger than the rest of the UK?
How much of my annual income is effectively stolen from me by a money-grabbing harridan who calls herself my agent?
It's one way to fire an agent.
Is it how much of Heather Mills McCartney is made of wood? Possibly plastic, given the advances since the Napoleonic Wars.
It's probably made of gold now.
Yeah, it might be.
Following new information published in The Lancet recently, what is the revised percentage of my penis it is now medically safe for a woman to accommodate?
That is referring to a joke from up to 2 series ago.
What percentage of my penis can I get inside an otter?
before the otter notices.
That's the key. Very sharp teeth.
And to be honest, it was an excellent episode of You Been Framed. Isn't that Frankie Boyle?
What percentage of the British public would like to see a mountain fall on top of Griff Rhys-Jones?
Is it what percentage of Belgians are paedophiles?
In Dundee, what is the success rate of the chat-up line, "Do you want pumped?"
How much is Gordon Brown leading the polls at the moment?
Absolutely, very good.
Ah, no, that's not fair, because he got the question round earlier as well.
The
Should go to
question,
somebody
he did
else.
get the
Oh, right,
question
okay.
round.
Well, I got that one genuinely right.
No, with some help from
No, I got no
Rory Newlands.
fucking help whatsoever.
Dora, it's the...
You're on my fucking team. Your dad's a motherfucker.
Yes, the question I was looking for is how big is Labour's lead over the Conservatives this week? This is the latest opinion poll that puts the government at 42%, a 10-point lead over the Conservatives, their biggest lead since before the Iraq War in 2003. The size of the margins leading to speculation that Gordon Brown will call an autumn election.
I would like to see who answers opinion polls. Those people who wander up and down the street. I think you do a poll of who answers opinion polls, right? 45% of people will be clinically lonely. 33% of people will be waiting for a friend and think it might pass the time. 11% are going to be old or on crutches and unable to involve going for the old pollster. Something like that. I might say that one again. 11%.
Let's see if your numbers add up, by the way, at this stage. 45.
11%. I can go for 10 if you prefer it. I'll go for 9. Fuck it. 9% are no, I can't get out of that. And 7% are mentally ill and just want to lick the clipboard.
That was what
Did you know what, Andy? That would get you 95% in A-level maths.
I'll just join the police.
On the subject of an early election, because apparently Labour's polling guru, which is a great title for yourself when you're chatting someone up. Polling guru.
Do you want pumping?
Do you want pumping?
Yeah. Do you want 10% of my cock?
It's medically safe.
Oh, that'd be a hideous thing to say.
Lord,
it's medically safe.
Sorry. The one thing I was told beforehand was, don't make it too rude and try and keep to the point. I'm trying to talk about polling guru Lord Gould, and we're talking about my cock.
Because you mentioned it earlier. It's a callback. It's a callback. We didn't go, hey, Ed, is that your dick there? You've got it out.
Your cock just came up, OK?
You do a crazy dream is that an entire section of a BBC show will be turned over to discussing your cock.
It's happened. Did you not see Newsnight that time?
Really weird Dragon's Den when you did that, though.
Anyway.
First you walk sitting there going, and according to latest findings. Anyway, sorry.
You were saying, Ed, you were saying about the polling guru.
Well, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be, once again, very anticlimactic. But the point...
We're back to your cock here, aren't we? Yeah.
My favourite bit of commentary was when they interviewed Brian Robson once at the end of a game. And Brian Robson just looked straight at the camera and he went, if we played like that every week, we wouldn't be so inconsistent.
By the way, just to know, for no reason, I was once in the piss with Brian Robson in Dublin, and he's a miserable cunt.
That's going in. That's going
Buy the DVD extras.
You just sat like that about that one. Here, you're a comedian. I haven't said anything funny yet, have you? Fuck you, you prick.
Look, you know what the great thing about Robson? Right? I had my friend Alf, pitcher, right? Fantastic story. He's on a plane with Robbo, and he just leans over and said to about 5 people, he went, I've just been offered the island manager job, keep it under your wrap, but I've been offered. Like that. So they all went out, put loads of money on it, and he was clearly just taking the piss out of them. That's quite funny.
Funnier than anything he said the night he was out with me.
I did Scottish Footballer of the Year this year. I attempted to do some comedy at that.
That's a tough
Not the brightest people in the world. There were 7 O-levels in that room, and they were all mine, Darren.
Who, by the way, actually, I met Alex Salmond once. Not on the same night I met Brian Robson. But I met Alex Salmond at a wedding once. And I was told, oh, Alex Salmond's coming on. I said, oh, I've always wanted to meet him. He's an interesting character. And they said, we'll introduce you. So I'm standing at the wedding, and behind me here, shuffle, 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 and Alex Salmond is there, and he taps me on the shoulder, and I turn, and he goes...
Do you want to dance?
No, it's during the wedding.
But
right?
he said, do you want pumped?
No, he didn't. None of these solutions. This isn't a game. This is actually a story. And he turns and goes, hello, I'm Alex Salmond. And I said, hello, I'm Dara O'Brien, expecting a chat. And he goes, do you mind moving to the left? My wife can't see the couple. Mike was blocking the entire view of the church for his wife, and I had to move along to the end of the row so his wife could see the fucking wedding.
Right? When asking someone to move out of their wife's view, introduces themselves with their full name. Hello, I'm Alex Salmond. Would you mind moving out of my wife's way? Sure, you just go, all right, Chief, would you mind?
You should have crushed his head like a walnut, Dara.
She's my wife now!
That would be an amazing...
Hello, I'm Dara O'Brien.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your midget wife.
The next topic is bad ways for Gordon Brown to address the nation.
You can take our lives, but you'll never take our freedom!
I believe in openness and transparency, which is why my trousers are open and my pants are transparent.
Who wants to see me take my eye out?
I've told George Bush exactly what I think of him. Quick, everyone, to the shelters.
Ooh, I'm the people of Gloucester and I've got a wet house.
People of Britain, when I address you like this, did you know sometimes I get so excited a little bit of wee comes out?
In these troubled times between our nations, I feel I need to reach out to President Putin and say, I have shagged your mother.
I'm G to the B and this is how I roll. You got beef with me, you kiss my A-double-S hole.
I'm disgusted that so many cabinet ministers have smoked cannabis because there's some fantastic MDMA going around.
This won't get in. And that's what happens if you disagree with me.
This isn't my sporran. It's Hazel Blears asking for a promotion.
In my cabinet of all the talents, I'm pleased to introduce Michael Barrymore as Minister of Swimming.
Lick my neck, lick my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
Of course I don't let my wife do interviews. If you were driving a Ford Focus, you wouldn't let... Oh, fucking never mind. Goodbye. All right, fuck you. Of course I don't let my wife do interviews. If you drive a... I can't remember the name of the car.
Go on, Lord, have another one.
Fucking do it.
Something about my wife.
You're in.
I was hoping you
I still can't remember the name of the car.
All right.
Ford Focus.
No, Ford Focus is too good.
Nissan Cherry?
Yeah.
Nissan Cherry, thanks.
Anyway, I'm in this Nissan Cherry.
You thought Tony Blair was a cunt. Watch this.
David, which category would you like?
Science.
OK, your category is science. The answer is serious, risky and heroic. What is the question?
What is telling farmers, you know, it could be worse?
How have people described my recent sex tour of Nigeria?
Very well reviewed in The Spectator.
Is it what are Snap, Crackle and Pop's DJ names?
Is it what are the 3 speed settings on the world's most powerful vibrator?
What are the nicknames for my cock and 2 balls?
Which is which?
Sirius is my cock, Risky and Heroic are my nuts.
It's a
Welcome
good
to
job.
the show.
It's a good job.
I'm just trying to work out why. Why that order?
Well,
I mean, surely, I mean, in general, the balls hang back. Heroic should be the cock.
To be honest, I just try and keep the word risky out of there altogether.
It's actually called Steve. I just did
Is
it
it
for a
what-
laugh.
Does anyone know what the actual answer is?
The name of the only transvestite bar in Saudi Arabia?
What is sticking your knob through next-door neighbour's letterbox?
What way is it heroic, exactly?
One way to meet your neighbours, isn't it?
Does anyone here have a fag at school? Did you?
Yes.
Did you really? What was his name? Squitters?
So this one here is the white.
Bunty? Miffy? Something like
Anthony.
that? Anthony. Nice.
Made the toast really well.
He made the toast. Wow. How old were you when you had him? Well, you know, when he was under your service.
First thing we're here at the home.
I was 17 and he was... I'm not going to say.
Well, you have to now. Feel the excitement. Go on.
What have I missed?
This fella here had a fag called Anthony. He used to make him toast.
Did you beat him? Did he beat you?
Depending what day of the week it was, really. But no, generally not.
He just made you toast.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You hear about people who abuse their power. Make me toast.
Toast, yeah.
Don't burn it!
Shows a lack of imagination.
You won't like me when it's burned.
And if it's tasty, you can suck my cock.
That was a bad time to come in.
Yeah. We're having a bit of toast banter.
Toast?
yeah.
No one can suck my cock after toast.
I hope we're rolling on that.
Seems to have been a bad time to come in.
Are you thinking that the Marmite would burn?
Tonight, you're a bummer.
All right. Jesus Christ. It's all not get in, ladies and gentlemen, because we do have to move on. No, Andy, I can see you in my peripheral vision. Just eagerly trying to get in and earn yourself some banana. Well, you can fuck off. You're not getting anything. Right? The next round is called Headlines. It's fairly obvious what the big news story of the week was. Here's a picture of the effects of this summer's adverse weather. But what does RFHB stand for?
Is it Reading faces hosepipe ban?
Is it Rivers flooded? Help! Batman!
Is it revenge for homosexuality and binging?
Is it rabbits found holding breath?
Is it rumour flooding has begun?
I think it's past a rumour at this stage. I like the gentle, soft sell approach you're taking.
Rampant flooding hinders bungee jump?
Why would it hinder a bungee jump?
Because you're drowned, Dara.
You're back out. It depends how long the cable is. Sure.
That bit, and then you think you're about to get out, but you know you're still in.
No, you're back up triumphant with a fish.
In your mouth. If you come up with a fish in your mouth.
Is it royal family hate blacks? I saw this one actually. It was rimming, fisting, happy benders.
You see different things.
Do you remember I said there's a bit that won't go out? You just enjoy them as a beautiful moment.
What were the same pictures I'm seeing?
What all bets are off?
Yeah. All bets are off. This is actually the final line from the Harry Potter book. It's Ron, Fiss, Hermione. Bye.
It's not residents fleeing helps burglars, is it? It's not quite as exciting as fisting Hermione.
No, it doesn't, unfortunately.
Or the royal
We've gone to
family
that.
randomly having something against black people.
It's more topical, though.
It is topical. At least you steered it back on the news
Look at that
story. Was
photograph,
somebody-
though.
Yeah.
Don't you think the Church of England know where to build their churches, don't you?
Is it really fucked off haven't got banana?
Joe, which category would you like?
Sport.
Your category is sport. The answer is 250,000.
Is that the amount of Iceland dinners the robbers took from Kerry Katona's house?
I think there's a point where they came in. Do you have anything other than drumsticks? Is there anything that isn't breaded?
Is it... What world ranking is the British tennis number 5?
Is it how many volts does it take to give Stephen Hawking an erection?
Oh, wait. Is it how...
251,000.
Is it, how much of a dickhead is Victoria Beckham out of 10?
Of all the fan mail she receives every day, how many letters does the actress Kirsten Dunst simply put into a file marked sexually menacing?
Signed Frankie Boyle.
Is it how much does Bill Gates earn whilst defecating?
Does he not earn money while he's not defecating?
He does as well,
he's,
but I'm saying...
he's a professional shitter.
Is it how many people starred in the Chinese version of The Magnificent Seven?
Is it, if you phone up British Telecom, which position in the queue are you likely to be?
Is it the invention of an invisibility cloak would lead to what rise in annual sex offences?
Well, it's sport, isn't it?
Is it to do with Beckham?
It is to do with Beckham.
How many shirts do the Americans claim that Beckham has sold?
That's absolutely right. Well done, Russell. Congratulations. The question I was looking for is how many Beckham replica shirts are LA Galaxy already claiming to have sold?
He's wearing that the wrong way round.
He is. That's the first change.
But it looks just off shot. A clown has just ejaculated.
Does anyone think... Does anyone think that Beckham actually knows he's in America? I think he just runs after a ball and all he notices is that occasionally it gets warmer.
Did you see how they launched themselves in America with that photo shoot? Did anyone see those pictures of them?
Yeah.
With her... I mean, for their children, it's sad, isn't it? Because here's Mummy looking like a whore and Daddy like a rent boy.
She looks like she has a dump about once every 4 years.
It's probably how Beckham can tell that there's a World Cup coming up.
There's documentaries being made about them, and they're just so dull as a footballer. Because like the Americans go, oh, is he going to score a hat trick? Is he going to dribble? Not really. He's really good at playing a diagonal ball, and if the front man's got pace, there's every chance that you'll score. You know, he's not like they should do a documentary about. Such a shame Garincha isn't still alive. He's a footballer, right? He was born in like 1950 odd, with one leg shorter than the other. He fathered 40 kids. He was married 8 times. He used to smoke 80 a day. He lost his virginity when he was 15 to a goat. Now that's a documentary. Him just going, where's my keys?
Yeah. And all famous American footballers all rape underage girls. He's done none of that, has he?
Nope.
Bloody useless.
There is a question mark.
All of them. All
yeah.
famous American sporting figures
That's
rape
the thing
underage
they do.
girls.
They're into it. Yeah.
Especially the girl got raped shitless.
Yeah.
I mean, just upstairs in the room, there's a man turning to a lawyer going... And the lawyer's going...
She'd said most. If she'd said most
If she'd
of
given
them-
us some wiggle room on
Yeah.
this, then perhaps we
Keep
could
it
have got
up.
it.
You're talking the Queen cum shot stuff into the show.
We've got to put it in.
Beckham said he's going to do his talking on the pitch in America. It's just as well because off the pitch he sounds like a brain-damaged animatronic kitten.
What's really funny is The American reaction to them, the golden couple are here and, you know, they're the saviour of soccer. When they first got together in this country, the reaction was, in our country, was just to sing at him repeatedly whilst he was playing Does She Take It Up the Arse? Such a different reaction. Like, oh, they're here! Oi, Beckham! Does she take it up the arse? Nice one, Steve. I'm so proud of you, son. And the other bizarre thing, they want to read about. Apparently, they've got an £800,000 diamond-encrusted vibrator that David bought for.
What's the point of having a diamond-encrusted vibrator?
I
Wouldn't
know.
it just be the same, but a bit more painful?
But exactly, you don't want to hear the word encrusted and vibrator in the same sentence.
Either way, you'd have to, like, keep it on a special kind of, like, pillow, wouldn't you?
He must have diamonds. He must have diamonds in his actual cock for that.
Queen stuff's looking better and better.
OK, the next topic is things you wouldn't hear at a party conference.
OK, I've got the Gip Marston Rent Boys all back to mine.
We will win the next election with my new slogan, a vote for me is a vote for HIV.
My name is Ming Campbell. I am not dead, nor am I operated by a pulley system.
And vote, and like, and Liberal Democratic Party.
Quick, come and look. Charles Kennedy's got his head stuck in the minibar.
I think I can speak for everybody here because I'm a mixed-race hermaphrodite.
Has anyone seen Ming's teeth?
Last year, we urged you to hug a hoodie. This year, go a stage further. Rim a robber.
Brothers, sisters, I don't care, I'll fuck anything.
I'm Gordon Brown, and welcome to Brighton. It's very nice here, but a bit too gay.
We have three priorities: education, education, and free hand jobs for the blind.
I have principles, and if you don't like them, I have others.
I must tell you, brothers and sisters, that in my constituency, real people are asking real questions, like, do you think it was mermaids who invented the tit wank?
And the crowd are giving him a standing ovation. A standing ovation because finally he has stopped fucking talking.
Now we play a game called What on Earth? You're thinking at home, wow, I haven't seen this game before. That's because we never fucking broadcast it. I show the panel a topical image from somewhere in the world and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, what on earth is this?
It's Margaret Thatcher meeting Gordon Brown in number 10 Downing Street. He invited her for tea, and it's pissed off everyone in the Labour Party and in the Tory Party. And worse than that, he's having a portrait of her commissioned, naked, holding back a dog.
I'm wondering what the photo actually shows. Is he just trodden on her toe and gone to take that? Seems a bit harsh to an 81-year-old lady.
She's just cracking her hand like that, isn't he? He's going...
You feel sorry. You're arthritis.
Look at how baffled she is.
Yeah.
She thinks she still lives there and that she's a cat. Is this the QE2? I'm Shirley Bassey. Get out of my way.
I feel sorry for Cameron, because it's a bit like Brown's flirting with his ex. Do you know what I mean? He's like some bloke in a pub. Leave it, Dave. She's not worth it. You left her. You left her.
She's got surprisingly perky tits for an 81-year-old.
Yes, it is.
Look at those puppies.
It is a surprise.
Fucking let's vote her back in, the dirty bitch.
Jan, which category would you like?
Oh, I think environment.
OK. Category is environment. The answer is over 31,000 tonnes. What is the question?
Is it the weight of the first ever mobile phone?
Is it, I'm building a conceptual sculpture called Scottish football. I'll be needing a pair of football boots and how much horse shit?
If you sell fertiliser, what size order should make you suspicious?
If that bomb had gone off, how much cellulite would be spattered across central Scotland? Oh, have you had the place Pebble Dash? No, terrorist attack.
How much weight has Charlotte Church put on in pregnancy?
How
dare you?
Dare you?
I'm sorry.
Rose.
Yeah. When Tony Blair was asked how many Iraqis he'd killed, what was his callous reply?
Is it how many tears did Paris Hilton cry in prison?
Is it?
We love her as well, do we? Fucking hell.
Did you hear the story?
You've really misjudged this crowd
How can
tonight,
you-
haven't you?
You're
You've
the
gone
people
after
that
one
turned
sacred
up.
cow after another here, yeah.
Did you hear the story that they put, apparently, it could just be a story, but that the guards put sperm in Paris Hilton's porridge? That's got to be horrible for... Oh, there's porridge in this.
Is it what is...
Her eating spunk is fine. But crying, too far. We don't mind her noshing down man fat, but apparently the trickle of tears, for shame.
The next topic is unlikely lines to hear in a TV show.
Next round of Mock the Week. How many monk? Fuck it, I've got to get this one right. Let me wait. And the next round of Mock the Week. How many cigarettes can the monkey smoke? Fuck.
So get dialing, because remember, those phone lines close at midnight. Yesterday.
And now the Antiques Roadshow. This programme contains scenes of tedious dullness right from the start.
And if you have an opinion on this news story, why not keep it to yourself?
Hello and welcome to Mock the Week After Dark. I'm Dara O'Brien, and this is my penis.
This is what happens when you get questions wrong.
All right.
Or interesting.
The next programme contains nudity. It happens about 10 minutes in, and she's got terrific knockers.
And now over to Kate Humble, who's going to kick the face off a badger.
Hello, and welcome to Baby Ballroom with me, Gary Glitter.
Teletubbies say, spunky bum love.
We interrupt this programme to bring you a news flash.
On this week's Place in the Sun, Darfur.
Hello, and welcome to Channel 4's Wank Week with me, Leslie Grantham.
Chris Langham, this is your life.
This week on Location, 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 Mohammed is looking for a pied-à-terre within easy reach of an international airport.
With no incorrect answers and no passes, Jade Goody, you've scored 37 on the life of Mahatma Gandhi.
On Shaun the Sheep this week, Shaun has a big surprise when a nasty DEFRA man comes round with a bolt gun.
Next on Loose Women, someone worth wanking to.
No deal, Edmonds! You're going to give me the money,
go to Russell, David and Andy.